Hi everybody, welcome back to Sonic Labs. My name is Jack. This week we're going to be talking to you about how to get some guitar sounds, some guitar cabinet miking. Today we're going to go for like sort of a heavy rock sound. What I personally like to do is I like to use two different mics, two mics for a cabinet, and for this particular incident we're going to be using a closed back cabinet. So let's go in the other room and I'll show you what I have going on here. Okay, so what I have here is, let me pull this up so I can help you with some light. What I have going on here is I have a two mic technique going with a dynamic mic and with a condenser mic, large diaphragm condenser mic. Whenever you, I like to go just off the center of the cone, and the way a good trick for you to use for that is to put your phone or a flashlight right on the grill so that you can see inside to right where the right where the cone is. So what I'm doing here is I have these two mics right off the center of the cone, and I have the 414 a little more to the side, but try to get these mics as close as you can without physically touching. If you can see, it's hard to see, but you can actually look down the side of them and see that they're not really touching. You could actually like slip a piece of paper in between there and see that they're not really touching. Because what happens is that when the capsules align, when the capsules align, you will eliminate any phasing problems. You want to try and get them as close to either in or out of phase with each other so you can flip the phase. You want them to be 180 degrees or out of phase or 0 degrees so that you can flip the phase on one and then they'll be completely in phase with each other or vice versa. So right now, also this technique works really well with a ribbon mic instead of a condenser, depending on what kind of sound you're going for. But I'm going for more of a modern rock sound, so I'm using a dynamic and a condenser to get some of that high end. But this also works really well with a ribbon mic too. Because this is a closed back cabinet, I'm not putting anything in the back, but if you wanted to get some really like sort of gnarly low end, another method to use is to stick like a 421 in the back of the cabinet, aiming the other way. And please check for phase on that as well, because the mic is going to be facing a different way. So let's go into here and I'll show you what we get. Let's come over here and see. I'm going into a pair of APIs into the EQ of my AMEC here. So when you listen, that's the sound we're getting out of the amp. There's no this would be right here. This would be just the condenser mic, and this would be just the dynamic. You can see a lot more of sort of mid-range here, a lot more clunky sounding, but when they work well together, alright, now listen to what happens when I flip the phase. So when I flip the phase, see, it sounds really thin and nasty sounding. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you check the phase, and believe me, it'll be pretty obvious. Another good way to do it is to always, like I said, I've said this before in other episodes, listen in mono. But flip the phase. Big difference. And the closer you can get those two capsules together, and aligned, the better your phasing is going to be. Perfect phase would be when you flip the phase button, you hear nothing. But highly unlikely that you'll get that, but you can get close. So especially depending if you're using two mics that have a similar frequency response. So what I would do is just make sure that you try and spend the extra time lining those up. And you could also use room mics and things like that. But that two mic technique is really what has worked best for me in the past. So hope you can use it, enjoy it, and see you next time on Sonic Labs.